Hi everyone, I'm Jim Shore. Welcome to my studio. Thought I'd take a few minutes and show you part of our process. Now, as we want to develop, let's say a new line or a line extension, we start out with a communication drawing. And that's simply so that the folks that I deal with, the licenses and all the various folks that are part of our operation, will be able to see firsthand what I'm thinking and what I want to develop and so forth to expand the line. I'll give you an example. I just recently did a collection of new Santas, and we start off hand drawing the pieces. Now we get a little carried away sometimes with the detail because we're artists here, and we want everything to be a really accurate portrayal of what the finished product is going to be. Now here it is. I've just finished this piece here. It's kind of a Lapland version of Santa, which is an ongoing part of the line. We do one every year, and then we do the color work, as you can see here. That shows everyone kind of what I have in mind as far as the coloration of of that pattern. Then the next step, of course, once we have the various approvals and whatnot, is to go on to the sculpting phase, and that's I'll get into that a little bit later on maybe. But right now I'm just talking about just the first phase of the process. Now here is another example, and once again the color work. As you can see, I've lifted out a portion of the quilt pattern here that's going to go around and actually decorate the robe of Santa. This is a musical piece, by the way. Let's see, we've got this. I thought this piece came out particularly nice. Now this is Norwegian Santa, and of course Norway is considered the home of, or the genesis of, the art form rose mauling, and a lot of the pieces that I use kind of play on that. It's a version of rose mauling that has become in the States early on to be called Pennsylvania Dutch. And we're familiar with that sort of thing. But this is sort of an example of what the classical rose mauling would look like, this stylized floral like this. And I've done it very heavily on this piece since this is going to represent a Norwegian style of Santa. This is kind of a little bit of a whimsical version. We've got Santa planning his journey. So the original drawing that I made shows Santa Claus all decked out, looking at the globe, planning what his trip's going to be. There's of course the North Pole. Here's the color work that we've selected for it, and it's a combination here of a sort of a Mariner's Star kind of version, which kind of symbolizes the directions and so forth, the travel that he's going to do with the holly, and a little bit of tone on tone of rose mauling, which I thought was pretty nice. And then lastly, let me show you this one. This is a piece that we call evergreen, and I sort of took a little bit of a artistic license, you might say, and made the little evergreen tree sort of to look like a topiary, and I thought that was kind of fun. And then we've done it in very, very, very heavy, dense colors, which usually it's probably a little heavier than we usually go, but I thought for this case it worked out very well. The colors end up being almost a velvety look, and then it's the counterpoint here is of course the gold coloration. Now on the initial piece that I sculpt, And when I actually do the prototype of that, or the master casting on that, I will probably do this down here in actual gold leaf. And that will be a very metallic look, so that'll really set this particular piece off. Okay, so now, what I attempted to do here is to give you a kind of an overview of just the very starting point, the step one of our process. So, hope you enjoyed that. We'll have some subsequent visits where I'll invite you back, and we'll talk about some of the other steps in this endeavor that we have, taking these pieces from the starting point to where sitting it in your home on the mantle.